How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the first episode of 101 Souls, my journey to bring 100 people to Christ. My goal is really to reach 100 people, study the Bible with them, help them follow Christ in a powerful way, make some big changes in their life, and to do that all in 1 year. So that's the goal, and so let's talk about it a little bit. So, first off, this is not a how-to channel. This is not a channel about me as an expert evangelist teaching you the tips and tricks or anything like that. It's actually really the opposite. I'm not very strong when it comes to evangelism. That's not what I would call my strength. And I really want to learn though. So I want to put it out there. I want to commit to doing it, and I want to commit to making these videos to document what I'm learning. And hopefully that will actually be really effective for people to see what I'm doing, what I'm failing at, and what's working for me, and how I'm learning, and those kind of things will be prayerfully very effective at helping other people who are just starting out. So that's the plan, that's the idea. It kind of helped me gather my thoughts as well, and really go after it with an intention of doing a really good job and of growing in the area. So I don't really think of myself as a very evangelistic person. I consider my strengths to be more in like the areas of like shepherding, like mentoring and teaching people with maybe speaking at church in front of the service, or with administration behind the scenes type of thing, but not so much when it comes to going out and reaching out to people and sharing the Bible with them. Although I really love studying the Bible with people, it's really the getting people to do it that's the hardest part. And I think a lot of people can relate with that. But for me, that's my tendency is to run away from that, to make it like a lower priority and focus on other things, because I'm naturally more gifted at those other things. But I don't think that's the right thing to do. I have a very strong conviction that everyone who follows Jesus should be reaching out to people. So in Matthew chapter 28, verses 18 through 20, Jesus gives the Great Commission, and he says, "All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Therefore, go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey everything I have commanded you. And surely I am with you always until the very end of the age." So what I see from that is Jesus is telling his disciples the plan for conquering the whole world. It's to go out, bring people back to Jesus, and then go out together with the people that you brought back, and now you have more people and you can reach more people. And we can see an exponential growth, and that's why we did see such an incredible growth among the first century church. They were practicing that principle, that last command that Jesus gave his disciples in Matthew. So for me, that gives me a conviction that I need to be a part of that too. We saw that as well in Jesus' earthly ministry. He was doing some amazing teaching the world had never heard before. He was performing these incredible miracles that were just making all his enemies go crazy because they couldn't explain them. And still, he was sending his disciples out 2 by 2 to go and bring people back to see him and to meet him. So even in Jesus' earthly ministry, he was calling for his disciples to do the work and be a part of that ministry. And I think the same thing is true today. And I really want to be a part of that ministry. I know there are lots of different ways to serve in the church, but I think this is a way that Jesus calls his disciples to serve for every single person in the church. So, why am I doing a channel? A YouTube channel. What's up with that? So the reason that I wanted to record videos for this and put it up on YouTube is, for one thing, it's a lot of accountability. So I have people that I'm going to tell this about sorry, I'm going to tell about the channel, and I've already told a couple of people that I was thinking about it and got their thoughts on it. But when this video goes up, I'm going to be telling people, hey, this is what I'm doing. I'm committing to reaching out to people and evangelizing until I reach 100 people that come to Christ. And I'm, well, so it's not like when I get to 100 I'll stop. This is just the goal. The goal is to reach 100 people, and I'm just going to keep going. But that's a big commitment. And then to be regularly uploading videos to YouTube, it's actually quite a bit of a commitment. I don't have like a lot of great places in my apartment where I can record, and I have a really busy schedule, but I really want to commit to it, to be doing it continuously and to hold me accountable. So the other side of it is I'm really being open about it and sharing what I've learned with a lot of people. So people that I tell in my personal life can come on and watch it, and anyone on YouTube who stumbles upon my video can criticize me, they can hold me accountable, they can do whatever. And actually in Luke 14, Jesus says that if you start to build a tower but you're not able to finish it, everyone's going to laugh at you. Pretty much. I'm paraphrasing. But everyone's going to ridicule you because you weren't able to complete it. So I had to really carefully consider what if I was going to have what it takes to really do this and go through with it. So for me, even just that, having it there, even if no one watches it, is a big accountability for me. And I should clarify too, I have a lot of people in my life that can hold me accountable, and I have people in my life that do hold me accountable, and that's great, but I really wanted to step it up to the next level and see what would happen. And then the other thing that I wanted from this is to reach out to as many people as I can. There are a lot of people on YouTube, and I'm hoping that some people will come and watch this video and they'll be able to give me advice. Like I said, this is not one of my strengths. I have a lot to learn, and I'm hoping that there's going to be a lot of people out there who can give me advice. I'm going to bring up topics. I'm hoping people can give critiques on those. They can give their own ideas. They can give better advice, and I can learn from that, put it into practice, and then come back and share with you what I learned about it and how effective it was for me. So really it's like making a community of people and gathering people around who want to do the same thing. Whether it's people who haven't been evangelistic in the past and they want to get started and they're not sure how to do it or what to do, then I want to have a place for people like that to come and get advice. Whether that's from watching videos about what I've learned, or if it's from the comment section and people sharing their advice there. And I also want to bring together people who are really good at this, who want to help encourage others, who want to give people advice about steering them in the right direction, and all those kinds of things. I want to put topics out there and then see what everyone has to say and take the best from that, put it into practice in my own life. I think that's a huge hack, life hack, is if you can make a YouTube channel about it and you can get people to watch your videos, people will be glad to tell you what you're doing wrong, why you're doing it bad, and all these kind of things, and you can really level up super fast. So that's really what I want to do, and hopefully people will have some words of encouragement for me as well. So let's get started with that, right? Like, you got to drop a comment. So if you're watching this right now, please leave me a comment down below. Tell me if you think I'm crazy for doing this. Tell me if you think reaching 100 people is just a bad idea. Tell me if you think I shouldn't be putting this kind of stuff on YouTube. Let me know what you think. And if you're encouraged by it, if you want to participate in your own challenge to reach out to people, let us know down below in the comments as well. Tell us how many people you're going to try and reach out to. And, well, I guess one last thing is I should really clarify that I talked about it a little bit earlier, that my goal is not to reach 100 people and then stop for the rest of my life or anything like that. It's really to challenge myself to reach 100 people in a year. So I'm not going to stop evangelizing in a year. I'm not going to stop evangelizing if I don't make my goal, or if I reach 100 people and bring them to Christ. I'm not just going to stop. But really the goal is the challenge. The reason for saying a goal is to really challenge myself and see what I can do. So I do want to talk about that more in the next video, but I do just want to make sure that's clear. If you have any questions for me about what this is all about, go ahead and drop them down below. If you've got some advice, share what you would do if you were going to do this challenge, or maybe you are going to participate in your own challenge this year. Share what you think the most important thing to do right from the start is, and if something's really good, I'll put it into practice. I really want to try some of these things. I'll even try ideas that I don't think are that great, just to see if they are really good. Because how would I know? I'm not that good at it. So let me know what you think. If you want to participate in this journey, go ahead and hit subscribe, and we can all hold each other accountable and go along on this journey together. And really, it's all about giving God glory. So to God be the glory. Let's go out and let's make it happen. All right, see ya.